Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third year of the Tatawwar program. I am Umaima Mushraf, a Tatawwar ambassador from the 2020 cohort. Tatawwar is an exciting interactive program brought to you by HSBC in partnership with Potential.com. The program will bring together students, schools, parents, and the business community to help innovate for a shared future. It will give students the chance to practice important business skills, understand sustainable commitments, connect with the corporate world, and hear from some extraordinary professionals along the way. For those of you that are new to Tatawwar, which means to develop in Arabic, the program includes a self-driven online program that raises awareness about the UN Sustainable Development Goals and the region. The program equips young people with social entrepreneurship skills, encouraging them to come up with their own unique ideas to address some of the world's most pressing social and environmental issues. The program focuses on three specific goals: climate action, good health and well-being, water and sanitation. Today, you will hear about it from Daniel Howlett, the Regional Head of Commercial Banking, MENAT in HSBC, Sabreen Rahman, the Regional Head of Sustainability, MENAT in HSBC, and the glance from the real experience from 2019 and 2020, the tour winners, Samah Abdullah and Badr Al-Saraf. Now, I would like to give word to Daniel Howlett.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Umaima, for that fantastic introduction. So my name is Dan Howlett, and I am the Regional Head of Commercial Banking for MENAT, which stands for Middle East, North Africa, and Turkey. And I'm joined today by Sabreen Rahman, my colleague who runs sustainability for the region. So today is about a few things. It's about showcasing our fantastic winners of the Tatawwar program from the past 2 years. And we'll hear a little bit more from Sama and Badr in a while. But also importantly, it's to raise awareness for this year's application window, which is already opened on the 20th of September and closes on Tuesday, the 1st of December. I'm a firm believer in the importance of education. It's something that we at HSBC are very committed to, not simply for academic reasons, but also the life skills that young people can develop during their formative years. You will appreciate there are huge drivers of change globally at the moment. Not only is there globalization, but we also have a pandemic with COVID-19, climate change, as well as continued rapid advance in technology, all of which keep reshaping our world and making the future unpredictable. Qualifications remain important in trying to deal with this change, but even more so are those other skills of innovation, reasoning, creative thinking, and resilience. In that regard, there's an old Chinese proverb that goes, tell me and I'll forget, show me, I may remember, involve me and I'll understand. And that's exactly what we're talking about when we're looking at future skills for our young people and what we really want to see these future skills learning by doing at the heart of what Tatawwar delivers. Now at HSBC, we continue to support and invest in initiatives that focus on education, employability, and financial capability. And as an international bank, our passion is so much more than simply financial services. Our job is to bring together our customers, our communities, and our employees to equip all with the tools and knowledge needed to thrive in what is an increasingly global and diverse economy. And we believe that the Tatawwar program is a great example of how we look to achieve this. So before we hear from our fantastic winners and what they've learned during and after the program, I'd now like to hand over to Sabreen, who will share with us how this program continues to support both HSBC and society's sustainability goals. Sabreen.
Thank you, Dan. And thank you very much, Umaima, for helping facilitate this webinar today. I know it's incredibly intimidating at times, but you're doing a fantastic job. So we designed this program, the Tatawwar program, several years ago with our partner, Potential.com, to really not only raise the profile, but also future-proof social entrepreneurship skills for the next generation. And that's why we're so delighted that we are all here to launch year 3 of this program. So as Daniel mentioned, some of the issues around the world that we thought would take generations for it to become a real problem climate change, biodiversity, or rapid technological changes has happened in the course of a year. So all of us are now either working or studying remotely. We're seeing wildfires all over the world. We're seeing issues around COVID, which have really shown that we need to have a balance between the environment and how we live, produce and work as humans. And that's so important. And Tatawwar is really special in that because it really helps young people to build social business skills. And why are social business skills important? Because of two main reasons. Number one, it means that you have social awareness of some of the large scale issues that are facing us, but you're using business skills and acumen to be a part of the solution. And especially you have empathy. And empathy is critical to having a solution that's sustainable, that's effective, and that actually can be scaled across different markets. And we're in this phase globally where we're moving away from being only job seekers to becoming job makers and job creators. So it's a fantastic program. It really is the right time for you not only to develop these skill sets, but also to have a safe space to practice and apply what you're learning. And I really hope that by hearing some of the testimonials from Badr and Sama and also Umaima, it will inspire you to join this journey of self-development, as well as something that you can help others grow collectively with you. So Umaima, I'll hand over back to you.
Thank you, Danielle and Sabrine. That was really motivational. As a finalist in the 2019-2020 edition, I had a really amazing experience, although the pandemic derailed the physical finals and we couldn't travel. But with no further delay, let us hear the journey of the two winners from the past two editions, Samah and Badr.
Right, so I think we're going to moderate this, Sabrina and I, and ask questions. Is that correct? So I'm going to put the first question to Badr. So Badr, how did you find the fact that Tatawwar was a self-directed online learning experience? And what was it originally that prompted you to want to get involved?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. So the self-directed online learning experience was spectacular. The structure of like creating the project and the prototype put in place by Tatawwar was very well structured and was very sophisticated and concise to the point. And it helped us creators pinpoint what we need to create or come up with. And it avoided streaming away from the main point. So essentially what it did is it helped us and guided us in maintaining the right ideas and points needed when creating an idea or prototype, which is essential. And the great thing is that there was a lot of independence with the self-directed online learning, which meant that we could spend so much time researching and coming up with the best ideas possible. And independence was such an important skill and trait to develop.
And Badr, can I just ask another very quick question? So, do you want to explain to the audience, what your prototype was?
It was basically a solar panel CO2 converter. So what it basically does is it has a 2-in-1 function in which it transforms CO2 into renewable energy forms.
And I remember when you did your presentation, Badr, you were very smart. You had a suit on then as well, didn't you?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
And Sama, I had a question for you. So what are the skills that you developed in the program? And do you think that they've come in handy now in this absolutely extraordinary time?
Oh my God. First of all, hello, everyone. Oh my God, when I heard this question, lots of things rushed into my head. At each phase of the program, I learned a set of skills. For example, the brainstorming and solving problem skill. When I entered the program, I had very, very little info about the water scarcity and sustainability. And while knowing how much water an average citizen wastes daily, it hit me so hard. And from here, I decided to solve this problem, and WMS happened. So the ability to learn, understand, participate, create, and solve are the things that I'm literally using every day during these extraordinary times. Next one is building my business skills, like making a business plan and financial plan. I learned the concepts and the meaning of the certain phrases during the online program. And I truly developed my understanding during the coaching and mentoring phase. Moreover, I gained prototyping skills. I remember how helpful the Tatawwar team was during every step of it. I literally didn't know what to do, but with their assist, I made it. In addition to the ability to deliver my idea as short and as simple as possible. Not only that, but my presentation skills, as we took so many interactive sessions with the best experts in the MENA region, giving useful tips, techniques, strategies that took my presentation skills to a whole new level. I also learned to have fun while working. The vibe in Tatawwar was unbelievable. I don't know how to describe it, but you work and you have fun. I don't know how the Tatawwar team made it, but I brought this vibe, and bring it to my daily lives. And finally, here is the most important skill that I have ever learned: the ability to knock doors and to dig for opportunities. Before the crowdfunding campaign, I had to take my project to the next level to see how I'm going to make it happen. With the continuous help of the Tatawwar team, I learned to present my idea to professors at universities, business owners, and representatives. Even succeeded to present my idea to P&G representatives and got their contacts. And because of that skill, I got into an incubator while the crowdfunding campaign was still running. And by mentioning the crowdfunding campaign, I learned how to make one, which is all about skills and marketing skills. And truly, the list goes on and on and on and on. And I need hours to talk about all the skills that I have learned during Tatawwar and how positively it has affected my life.
I think that's fantastic. And your enthusiasm and your energy says a lot about the experience. And I think it's wonderful for people to see that you can do something good while having fun, right? It doesn't have to be one or the other. And Badr, before I go to you, maybe I'll take another question that I was going to ask Samar, because she already touched upon crowdfunding. But it was really about just tell me a little about what's next for you, because you've said you were part of a local incubation program. You've pitched in front of corporates and other investors. Tell me a little, because I think people on this call would love to hear what your plans are.
So yeah, before talking about my next steps, I want to talk about the journey of my incubator program first. So while the crowdfunding campaign was still running, I decided to take a further step. I faced some problems while joining the incubator that later on I became one of its top 3. They rejected me at the beginning. I remember the next day of the rejection, I went to my professor to ask her to help me in solving the missing technical detail. And I called them back saying, hello, I know that I'm rejected, but I've solved the problem and got a verification of my solution. Later, I got a call from the main organizer saying, hello, Samah, I know that we sent a rejection email, but me and the whole team think you should be with us. And that's how my incubator journey started. And despite my very young age, comparing to my fellow in the incubator, later on when I joined, the mentor told me that he truly liked the way that I'm dealing and forecasting with numbers. I even shared my financial plan, which I was given in Tatawwar with other startups as they requested from me. And I have to admit that this skill, Shadi Banna, the CEO of Potential.com, sat down with me, explained it, and made me implement it on my project in a matter of like 20 minutes during the Tatawwar one-to-one mentoring.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sama. And so as you've just said, age is nothing, right? If you have a good idea, have the courage to stand behind it. Absolutely. And Badr, I'd like to pose the same question to you before I hand over to Dan. What are the key skills that you learned that you think are so important and so critical, and it's helped you in the next phase after the program?
So yeah, thank you, Mr. Breen. So we are definitely in extraordinary times, and I've developed many skills during the Tatawwar program. So with our unique approach in this year's Tatawwar cohort, we immersed ourselves into the online aspect of learning, and we had meetings with corporates and etc. So I believe that we learned a valuable skill, because we're going to be moving on into a digitization era right now, and being able to handle this new norm was, very effective. And there's also the skill of independence, which many people might see it as a minor or invaluable skill, or that it's very easy to achieve. However, Tatawwar was all about independence. But from the moment you sign up until the very last stages, reaching to the semis or the finals, it's all about you. and what you want to do. So therefore, this really influenced my approach in creating my prototype and winning the competition. And there are also, many other accompanying important skills such as time management, presentational skills, and much more, which were mostly skills that we developed, into the next level.
Fantastic, thank you.
Well, look, thank you. So Badr and Sam, I'd like to put to you a question around the expo, which is due to take place this year, delayed. And obviously the expo is all about creation, collaboration, and innovation. And really, every 5 years, the expo has sort of showcased over time since 1851, inventions like the typewriter, X-ray, telegraph, television, the mobile phone, all were first put on display at expo. And clearly the theme of this year's expo in Dubai is connecting minds and creating the future. So I guess in that context, what are you doing to prepare for the expo? And are you looking to develop the work that you've done to date further with the expo? So Badr, I'll put that to you first, if I may.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So, planning for the expo that's happening next year. Well, for me, planning in my agenda is a very essential thing in my life, and I'll be using it effectively in my preparation for the expo. So when I hopefully move to the UK for university, I'll be definitely spending lots of time in the labs of my university working my prototype. So I'll be planning to have a fully functional prototype with all the right aspects and details and functions by the end of this year, which then gives me more time to make any final improvements before the expo happens next year. So during those stages, I'll also be looking to patent my prototype and then commence the search for investors and launch crowdfunding campaigns. And therefore, the journey to the expo will be full of challenges and barriers, but I'm excited to face them, and I'm most definitely looking forward to it. And highlighting what you said and mentioned about creating revolutionary products and showcasing them in the expo, and I'm hoping to do that with my product and connecting minds and bringing everyone all together with this futuristic product.
So planning is very important if you've got to be at university at the same time. So you'll have to juggle quite a lot.
Of course, yes.
Sama, from your perspective, yours is slightly more evolved. Are you looking to showcase at Expo?
Of course, I would love to. And speaking about my next steps, in order to make my next steps more clear, I will quickly recap my business. It's a mobile application called WMS, Water and Money Saver. It helps in teaching people how to save water through animated videos, tracking and evaluating their consumption based on the water bills, rewards users with special gifts and discounts based on their performance in the app. First thing first, I need to have a wide variety of offers and discounts from other providers. So now I'm seeking for governmental support and sponsorship, and I'm halfway through it. Secondly, I will be working on the Arabic version of my application, as it's a must in order to have the governmental support, in addition to going on with the rest of my incubator program that is specially made for the top 4. And finally, I'm increasing my team. And during the past week, I have talked with 2 amazing individuals to join my WMS journey, because until last month, I was all by myself. But any successful project cannot be a one-man show.
Well, I think that's quite a good thing to develop, because it's all about team working, collaboration. Yeah. As Sabrin mentioned empathy earlier, and empathy and working with your colleagues. So it's very different working alone to working as part of a team. So what's your big concern about working as part of a bigger team, and what's something that most excites you?
The most thing that excites me, let's talk about the positive part, that together we're stronger. The combination of different skills make any business stronger and successful. A good idea is okay, but a successful business must have teamwork, different skills, and different mindsets. But in Tatawwar, we actually learned how to collaborate, how to share ideas, how to be stronger, do not oppose each other, but collaboration and making each other even stronger with their opinions. So we don't just take an opinion, we mix opinions. So working in a bigger team means organization and making everyone knows what task is it, but we learn skills how to organize and how to plan. And especially during these extraordinary situations, we have lots of extra online tools that helps us in organizing the tasks efficiently and effectively.
Fantastic. And what's the thing that concerns you the most? You avoided that question.
Yeah. Okay. What concerns me the most, I don't know. I don't think any concern can be turned into a positive thing. I mean, if we worked on it, if we see what's wrong, we will solve the main problem. So we had so many concerns that people might not have the same energy and time as me, but we always have a solution. I don't see an obstacle or a problem. I see that there's something that we need to work on. That's something that we should not avoid. We should search for the main cause of it and solve it.
Thanks, Sam. So Badr, I mean, so are you like Mr. Incredible? Do you work alone, or do you have a team of people that you're working with now?
Currently, I'm just working on my own. But as I progress and go into the further stages, I'll be incorporating a lot of scientific aspects and electrical aspects into my product. So I'll be definitely gathering a team with from different fields, so we can actually maximize the potential of the product.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Could we bring in Umayma and just hear her experience? Would love to know what you've learned within the program, Umayma, and what were the pluses or minuses?
Well, first of all, I couldn't agree more with Badr and Samah. Obviously, I had the same experience as them and enjoyed the program throughout. There was a lot of positive things that happened, and I grew as a person and as a future business owner. In the beginning of the program, actually, I was this person who had more than a couple of ideas written down in my notebook, and my laptop consisted of various researches and information, just so you know how I got started. I knew for me the most important part was to educate myself first on what I was going to be dealing with before I could come up with a great solution. I was not the most confident, but I was pretty determined. Being a student, after all, you either are able to stand and use your voice or hesitant to because you've never tried. The Tatawwar program isn't all about winning, although that would be a really good thing if you did, so you must always be competitive. But what it really is about is you realizing your strengths and believing that you have potential. Using your voice because yes, you can make a difference. What's best is that you have the full support and guidance from the potential team, HSBC, Tatawwar winners, and ambassadors like myself. So I do recommend it to the students age 15 and 18 to join the program and try to push themselves one more step forward because they can.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I think what I'd like to say to all those who are considering joining us for this year is that this is a wonderful program that gives you such a safe place to test your ideas, develop your skills, but also you have adults here who believe in you and who will help you on that journey. Because you all have wonderful ideas, everybody does, but sometimes the difference it takes is having someone that believes in you. And Dan and I went to school a very long time ago, and I wish we had a program like this. We may have gone much further in life, but I think it's something that I would encourage everyone to make use of. It's free, it's interactive, it's accessible no matter where you are. And I can't think of anything else that I would invest in if I was in that age group, to really make sure that I have the right skill set for the next chapter of my life. Dan, do you want to add anything?
I think it's a great thing as well for you to talk about when you're looking at universities or looking at jobs, to be able to talk about things that you've done independently and you've worked on with your passion. So you can talk to employers and university admissions officers about what you've sought to do on your own to develop a new prototype and how that's then evolved. So, and the challenges you've encountered and how you've overcome them. And also, what you want to do going forward. So I think it's a great opportunity for all of you to try and build out a wider skill set that you'll just get from your studies.
Absolutely. Umayma, we'll hand over to you to draw the session to a close then.
Thank you. Thank you again, Samah and Badr, for inspiring us, and again, Danielle and Sabrine for facilitating the interview. I hope you got motivated to be a part of this cohort. If you're between 15 to 18 years old, don't miss the chance to participate in this edition. I can guarantee you an amazing learning experience and a lifetime chance to showcase your innovative ideas at Expo 2020 in Dubai. Teachers and parents are also welcome to join the program and support our next cohort of innovators. And there are other ways to be part of the program, so please visit the website www.tatawwar.com. We are planning to have a Q&A session soon with the same speakers, so make sure you follow us on social media to keep up to date with deadlines and upcoming events. For any further information, contact the Tatawwar team at tatawwar@potential.com. Thank you all for attending today, and we hope you will join us on this exciting journey.